What's going on, world? It's your boy Nate Poole, back in the hot seat, back in the Monsters living room. Here we are, another Friday upon us, and we happen to be in Houston, Texas. And we are ready to get started with another Foundation Friday. Foundation Fridays, you know the deal, new implementation here at Monsters, bringing some street styles, some foundational styles to our training, to our clientele, and leading the charge, leading the pack here this evening is the one and only
TSU Terry.
TSU Terry, you know the deal, you know the man. One of the newer additions to our Monsters faculty in the last couple seasons. It's been a blessing to have you out on tour, man.
Yes.
And more generally, but more specifically, I think you are a perfect person to lead this Foundation Friday class tonight and throughout the season.
Thank you.
Foundation Fridays, man. We've been talking a lot about it. Shout out to Miss Andy J, our creative director. This was a brainchild of her,
Yes.
bringing this into the Monsters universe, so to speak.
Yep.
Foundation Friday, really focusing on more street styles and foundational styles.
Yep.
I think we live in a world now where there's been a lot thrown into the blender of dance, right?
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. We're pulling from so many different disciplines and styles.
Yep.
People expressing themselves. They've been exposed to so much, but I do think it's important once in a while to get back to the nuts and bolts of the house, right? You got to get back to the studs. You got to get back to a foundation. If you don't have a strong foundation, what kind of house are we building? You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Baltimore Club.
Yep. Baltimore Club.
Give these people some words about Baltimore Club.
Baltimore Club is like raw. The energy, the music makes you dance no matter where you at. Yeah. You can be in New York, you can be in Philly. Like the music is going to make you dance. So it also helps you have a great time as well.
Yeah.
We also have Baltimore Club foundation moves that we have, which would be 6 basic steps that we have, which would be the SpongeBob. Everybody knows the SpongeBob, the Crazy Legs. We have the sidekick, heel toe, be more version. I had to let that be known, be more version.
Be more version.
Yeah, be more version. Yeah. Shout out to New York. We have also I don't know if I said the sidekick, but the power steps and the cherry hill, which are originally called the what.
So 6 foundational steps within the Baltimore Club scene. And I do want to point out the music, right? For me as a dancer and as an artist, it starts with the music, right?
Yes.
And that Baltimore Club sound is it's you can't mistake it.
Yeah, it's everywhere actually now.
You
got people like Drake, you got people like Ice Spice, Nicki Minaj. A lot of them are hopping on Baltimore Club beats, whether you want to say Baltimore, Jersey, Philly, it's all the same. Baltimore started the club music wave when it comes to that break beat.
Yeah.
The music, it comes from infusion of Miami bass and Chicago house. Okay. So that creates that Baltimore Club like vibe and things like that. So
got it. And that's really where that movement, I mean, when you see it, when I watch you do your thing, I always talk about to my students, like the music and the movement have to come together in a beautiful marriage.
Absolutely.
And it makes so much sense to me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so that was born and bred of the club scene in Baltimore.
Yes. Unruly Records since '92. I'm a part of their record label. Shout out to Sean Caesar and Scotty B, DJ Scotty B. They are the founding fathers of Unruly Records. So. Yep, Baltimore Club.
Got it. And then you mentioned New York, you mentioned Jersey, Philly, and I've seen you do your thing with Rob Bonds before. Shout out to Rob Bonds, Jersey Club.
Shout out to Jersey, Philly.
Specific differences between the different scenes? Are they minor differences? Does everybody get along well? You know what I mean? Is it pretty kosher? Or?
For the most part, we all definitely we get along well. I mean, when we see each other at like different events, whether it be like I'm just naming an example. The Philly Goats come down Baltimore. You'll see some Baltimore artists like Run It Up Jordan performing, whether we go up there or whether, they come here. But I mean, we pretty much like cousins, honestly. The difference is samples. Samples could be replaced. Like Jersey has the bear squeaks. Philly has like the sirens, and Baltimore is just that beat. So I mean, it's like the base of it.
Right. So subtle differences, but it's all love.
Difference. Yeah, it's all love.
It's like that East Coast.
Yep, all love. Yep, same thing. Club music. I mean, we should get in the habit of just coming together and just being, club, like the genre club music.
Yeah.
So that way, some of these artists can reach out to some of these other artists that's in the city,
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so do you, coming onto a platform like Monsters,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like, do you feel a responsibility to not only represent yourself,
Yep.
obviously as an artist and as a dancer and a choreographer, but do you feel a kind of a weight to represent the culture and the scene?
Oh yeah. I feel like it's every time I step out, Baltimore. I am Baltimore. Like I represent Baltimore, Baltimore club. The weight is always on my shoulders. I can tell you that right now. But
Right.
I try to help out anybody that reaches out for help. Like when it comes to opportunity. So yeah, every time I step out, I represent Baltimore club. It's more people like me. I'm not the only person that represents Baltimore club. I'm just a pillar. I'm just a
Of course. I mean, there's a whole movement, a whole ecology of
Yep.
artists and individuals from music to dancers that have come before and that will come after.
Absolutely.
So it's our job to keep pushing that forward.
Yeah. I'm just keeping it going. I'm just keeping it going for the time being while my legs still work.
Right. Absolutely.
While my crazy legs still work.
Absolutely. Because it's certainly you're gonna need those legs.
Yes.
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 You're gonna need those legs. You're gonna need some cardio. You're gonna need some. Some life. So when it comes to it now being on Monsters for a season or two, right?
Yeah. This is my second season.
Yeah.
It might. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. We're in like the 2 to 3 area.
2 to 3. Yeah.
We're in that 2 to 3
there
zone.
We go, yeah.
How have you seen the clientele adapt to Baltimore club?
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Because I think especially a lot of these kids, a lot of these students that we see, we do get all walks of life at Monsters, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But a lot of these dancers growing up in their local markets, a lot of them going to competition dance studios, they probably haven't been exposed to something like Baltimore Club before. How have you seen them take to this movement?
I seen them love it. I seen them like even when the class is done, like I'll come outside in the hallway and I'll see them still practicing the dance steps and still doing it. And then when I walk past, like I'll do it with them, behind them, and they'll just turn around and see me and they'll be like, oh my God. You know? So they adapt to it very well. I haven't had all great feedback from when I first started till now. So I'm just glad that they accept it because, when you do something different, people gotta accept it. It's kind of hard. So especially when you're young,
especially when we always want to feel comfortable, and when we get out of that comfort zone, I think it's really important for them.
Yeah.
So for any new students that are going to be coming through Monsters this season, they're going to see you either on a Foundation Friday or in the advanced room or in any of those rooms over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Any words of advice? Anything to come prepared for? What should they look for in this Baltimore club class?
They should look for high energy footwork. They should keep their head up, have confidence. Shoot, don't go to the back of the room. Come to the front. Be in the front. Be in the front.
Absolutely.
Be front and center. Stand out.
And pay attention to that music.
Pay attention to that music. Vibe out. Have fun. Most importantly, and definitely leave outside of my class with more than just steps. Life lessons as well.
Life lessons as well. You heard it here first. TSU Terry, Baltimore Club in the building. Friday night Foundation Fridays to be exact. We in the building. TSU.
We in the building.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Sir.
We out.
We gone.